Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. So good to have you here. You're welcome. Okay, so a few things before we get into this topic for today. Okay, so I really want to appreciate you guys for your support. Thank you for watching my last upload. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. So as regards sound, I noted that the sound from the previous video was not too not too good, but hopefully we're able to do something about that. I got some recommendations and I'm working on that. Okay, thank you so much for that. And we're working on getting better editing with time, trying to get few lessons here and there as a newbie that I am. But thank you so much. I just this is a journey for me, and I'm so excited that you get to be part of this journey for me. I'm really thankful for you just being part of this and us learning and growing together. Okay, the thing this year for me is to become better in every aspect of my life. I'm not going to just sit down and watch things go like I'm sitting and expecting everything to go my way, like for opportunities to come and meet me. Okay, so this year, like I said in my last video, please let's just chase our dreams, pursue our dreams. Let's not be scared of trying and getting a no anytime. We can't get tired of trying. So long as we're alive, we need to work on every opportunity that comes our way. Okay, so that being said, please subscribe. Okay, there is a subscribe button close to my name, so just click on that button, please. Okay, please just click on that button. That way you're being notified anytime I put up a new video. Anytime I put up a new video, YouTube will notify you. Okay, so please just subscribe. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and please do that. Okay, thank you so much. So another thing, I had to edit my name. So the username I had was Love Manga. So now it is Nurse Love Manga on YouTube. So please, you can just type up that and my profile will come in, because I realized from the last video that the previous name I was using, I think someone had it, so it was hard for my name to pop up anytime you typed it in. So that's difficult. Okay, so please just anytime you want to check up on me, you can just type Nurse Love Manga and my name will just pop up. Okay, so today is serious lecture. So okay, so I got a list. Okay, now what I want to talk about today is 10 informations or medical details you should be aware of, as an individual, as a single, as one who is about to be married, as one who is married already. Very important. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is your blood pressure. So your blood pressure is a measure of the pressure that your blood exerts on your arteries. If you're not so medically inclined, you may not really understand what I'm talking about, but of course, that's why I'm here. Okay, so there's a pressure that your blood exerts on your vessels anytime your heart contracts and anytime it relaxes. Okay, so that is the blood pressure. Now, it is important for you as an individual to know your blood pressure and to know what the normal range is for you, because blood pressure is a value that is constantly changing even during the day. Okay, you can have a different blood pressure in the morning and have a different blood pressure in the evening. It's perfectly normal. Some people will have a blood pressure that is let's say like 100/60. Some will constantly have like 120/80. Now it depends on what is like common for you, okay? So it depends on you as an individual. So if you know what is normal for you consistently, you're able to detect any changes, okay? So the normal blood pressure range, or the normal blood pressure for an adult is 120/80, and anything down, okay? Of course, but there's a point that it becomes low, like too low, it becomes hypotension. But let's not get into that today. Just know that anything 120/80 is very, very normal, okay? If you go to the hospital and you ask for them to check your BP, please ensure that you ask, so that you have an idea. You're not just being told, oh, just go, it's okay, but you know what you're being, what the value is. It will help, keep you aware. Now, the thing about blood pressure is that why you need to know is that high blood pressures can go like asymptomatic. That means you will not show any signs of having hypertension for a very, very long time, okay? It's possible for you not to experience any symptom, but your BP is constantly high. So that's the more reason why you should know your blood pressure. And blood pressure is a very, very good indicator of your heart health, your heart health. Hypertension for a very long time can lead to stroke, and some heart diseases, and in the long run, organ damage, okay? You can begin to have other organs that are in one way are affected, they become damaged, especially your kidneys, okay? So please, it's very, very important to know your BP. Secondly, the number 2 point, what you should know is your blood glucose level. Now, the thing about blood glucose level is it's becoming more and more rampant as I see it, because while I work in the hospital, I practice nursing in the hospital. So, thing is, recently I realized that a lot of people have diabetes. Now, that's a health condition where your blood glucose is higher than normal. Now, there's a range for which we consider normal, and the blood glucose just measures the amount of sugar in your blood. There's a particular range or amount of sugar that is supposed to be in your blood. Now, if it becomes higher than that, you begin to have issues, okay? Diabetes, you have that, you now have diabetes. That's a medical condition, okay, where blood glucose is constantly high in a person's system, and the person has to adjust to lifestyle changes, medications and all that, to keep that blood glucose in check. So please, it's very important for you to know your blood glucose levels. That way, you're able to make better choices about food, about your lifestyle, about the drugs you take, and about the kind of care you get, okay? So very, very important. Thirdly, you need to know your genotype, okay? I think most times around our locality, most times in Africa, it is when you fall sick that you want to go to the hospital and start checking. But it is important for you to actually know beforehand. It's important for you to check your health status, to know your health. That way, you're able to make better choices, whether it is something that is treatable, is something that your lifestyle, or food and all that can help control, or even like prevent. You're able to make that kind of choice, okay? So your genotype is very, very important for you to know. It will help you, especially when you want to get married, especially when you want to determine the kind of foods or the kind of lifestyle you engage in, okay? It's very, very important. Your genotype is important. It's important for you to know your genotype, okay? So okay, we're still getting there. So this is number 4, right? The fourth thing you should know about your health is your blood group. Very, very important, very life-saving information. You should know your blood group, okay? If you are like hospitalized and you need to be transfused, one of the things we look out for is what is your blood group, okay? Because putting up a blood from someone that is not compatible with yours can lead to death. Okay, so please know your blood group. Sometimes it will help, especially if like you are in a situation where, of course we're not praying for that, but if you are in a medical emergency and you need blood urgently, and you know what your blood group is, you streamline our choices, like the time we waste to check blood groups of 5 or 10 donors. We can just streamline it. Okay, what's your blood group? You want to donate blood to this person, what's your blood group? Once we know the person's blood group, then we can go on with other investigations, like all those tests that it's needed for a blood to be transfused to you. Okay, so very, very important, your blood group. Thirdly, no, not thirdly. I'm so playful today, please pardon me. So your rhesus factor, that's the number 5th thing that you should know. Aside from knowing what your blood group is, okay, please know what your rhesus factor is. Are you rhesus negative or your rhesus positive? That is very, very important, especially when you come to having children, getting married and having children. That information is very, very helpful, though it will not stop you from having children, but it's very, very important to avoid life-threatening situations. If you are rhesus compatible with your partner or your spouse, okay, so that you don't have complications while pregnant or while trying to give birth. Very, very important. Now, the 6th thing I want to talk about, right, is your hepatitis status. Hepatitis is a viral disease, meaning it's caused by a virus, and we know that most times viral diseases are kind of hard to treat. Okay, so the thing is, it's very, very important. They're hard to treat and infectious. Okay, so the thing is, hepatitis, viral hepatitis, there are different types. Okay, there are hepatitis B, A, C, and so on. But the thing is, hepatitis B is a vaccine preventable disease. That means you can take a vaccine to prevent it, that even when you come in contact with it, it wouldn't infect you, and it is very, very effective. Okay, the vaccine is very effective and is free in most places. I think that there are some places that you still get to pay, but I don't think it's so much compared to what you have to go through if you end up being infected. So it's very, very important. Know your hepatitis status. It's not until you fall ill that you begin to try to know, okay, what happened, because hepatitis is deadly and is very, very infectious, meaning that when you're in contact with someone or their body fluids that is hepatitis positive or is infected, there's a likelihood that you get infected. Okay, so please, and it damages your liver to a point where there may be nothing that can be done to help you, and it can go asymptomatic, just like hypertension, for a very, very long time. You not even know that you have hepatitis until it begins to damage your liver. Most times it's when the liver is already damaged, or it's been so bad that medically speaking there's nothing much we can do. And especially in Nigeria, where our healthcare, there's a limit to the kind of care or the kind of treatment that we can get. So please, this is very important. Know your hepatitis status. Okay, now number 7 is your HIV status. Please don't wait until you're going to get married before you check. And please don't wait until a month or 2 weeks or 1 week or 3 days, like they do in some churches, for you to test your HIV status. Please make sure that at least 6 months before you get married, you check your HIV status. If you are trying to get married, very, very important. If you are a single person, very, very important. Okay, check your HIV status. It will help you. Okay. HIV is real low. It's not a myth. I was speaking with someone in the hospital recently, and he was telling me that how that he thinks that HIV it has gone now. I was like, are you are you alive at all? HIV is real low, and it's still there. The fact that we have drugs now helps that. If Even when people are living with HIV, you won't know. It doesn't show on the face. So please make sure you get checked. And when you're going to get married, please make sure you check at least 6 months before. Then after 3 months, you check, because there's a window period. There's a window period to which even if you check and even if you're infected, it will not show. So after 3 months, you need to check, more like a confirmatory test, to check. And we have different options now. If you're positive, you get your drugs, you live your healthy life. And if you're not infected, we have prophylaxis, things that can prevent you. Let's say you've had an exposure and you're scared that maybe you may get infected. You can take the prophylaxis, and it will just clear up everything, and you live your healthy life. Okay, very, very important. Now, the number 8 thing I want to talk about, right, is STDs, sexually transmitted infections. Please make sure you check. Go to the lab, check. Tell them you want to check for, infections. They will take samples. For ladies, they will take a vaginal swab. And for the men, they will take a semen. Just run some tests, and, they will tell you if you're infected, if you have any kind of STDs, and the kind of drugs that will be effective for you. Very, very important, because sometimes you end up, going over the counter. I've heard several people sometimes they say, hey, they have infection. No, they have infection. What infection? They don't know. Sometimes, they go ahead to take traditional herbs, which rightly so, of course there are some that are quite effective. I don't want to completely put that aside, but it's very important that it's better for you to take drugs that have been refined. Exactly what you're taking, exactly what each of those drugs contains, okay, and the percentage. So you're not taking something in a dosage that is too much for your system to handle. So getting tested will ensure that they are testing for the exact drug that will help for you and it to be effective. And please make sure that you go through with the course. STD is something that it's very common, and then you have to take the drugs fully. You one of the reasons why you keep having STDs over and over again is you're not taking the full course of treatment. For instance, you're supposed to take drugs for 14 days and you end up taking it for 7 days. It's not good for you. And when you come to take that particular drugs later, the organisms that are causing that disease, they are wise. They will end up becoming resistant to that particular medication. So that medication may not end up working for you. So very, very important. Please take your drugs and make sure you finish the course of treatment. Number 9 is sperm analysis. Please, when you're getting married or whenever you get married, for most people, one of the things that they want to have is children, right? So please make sure you check. Sperm analysis will help, for the sperm of the individual, that's the man, to be tested. Run some tests and ensure that the sperm is viable. The count is okay, enough to lead to conception or pregnancy. Okay, so you need to make sure that the person you're marrying or the person you want to have a child with has is able to get you pregnant. So you don't come and get married and then you are struggling to conceive and the problem is right before you, just that you didn't check. So it's very important, so that even if you're making a choice to still go with that person, it's like you're making an informed choice, not that you didn't know. Because of course there are some people that if they know, they would not have gone ahead with the marriage. So please, very important to know that. Okay, so number 10 is a pelvic scan. Very important, especially for ladies. Okay, very, very important. If you have a pelvic scan, we're able to check if your fallopian tubes are open. That means if an egg or a ovum is able to pass through to be fertilized, because there are people that have blocked tubes. Okay, the fallopian tubes are blocked. So even if you have viable eggs or ovum, it's not able to pass through to get fertilized and to get implanted in your uterus. So it's very, very important. You need to check the state of your uterus too, and the scan will show you that. Okay, do you have uterine fibroids? Do you have ovarian cysts? Several conditions that you're only able to see that with a scan. So very, very important. Okay, it will help you. Now please, a clap, a clap, a clap, a clap for this wonderful nurse. I'm going to give you a bonus point. Okay, a bonus point. The thing is, there are so many illnesses that are hereditary, in the sense that they run in families. Okay, say for instance, diabetes is something that it's very common. Let's say your father or your mom had it. It's very likely that, once you grow older, you would have it. So it's very, very important to know your family history, your health family history. So my bonus point is your family history. Okay, your family health history, very, very important. Please get to know what kind of diseases run in the family, what are the kind of conditions that are most likely that you've seen one or two relatives having. Is it something that runs in the family? There are some of these illnesses that, even though they run in the family, right, there are some lifestyle choices that you can make to prevent yourself from getting that. Let's say hypertension now, or diabetes. You're able to make better choices with your exercise, with your lifestyle, with the kind of foods you eat, so that you don't fall ill, or you don't end up getting that disease. So very, very important. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please note these things I talked about, and please ensure you get tested. Okay, it's very, very important you know your health status, and make sure that you're living a healthy life. Health is wealth. There's nothing as beautiful as living a healthy life and knowing you're free from any kind of illness. And even if you're ill, it's something that you should know about. Okay, it should not be that you're just walking about, you're ill, and you don't even know you are falling ill, and you'll be like, I keep falling ill. You even start blaming witchcrafts or you start holding one woman in the village that she's holding you. But it's something that it would have helped you if you had checked yourself. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Like I said in the beginning, please don't forget to subscribe. Very, very important. It will help grow my channel. And please watch these videos. Please comment. Okay, anything you want to see me talk about, if there's something you really, really want to hear me talk about, please just put up a comment. I'll read it up and I'll respond. Okay, so on Wednesday I'll see you with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Remain in God, and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.